Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get on Aaron Bird. He's 4-0 and it's fight week for him. He's boxing for the Celtic light heavyweight title in at the Normandy Hotel in Renfrew against Bobby Morrell. And yeah, how are you doing, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yourself? How you doing?
Yeah, mate, I'm all good. Pleasure getting you on, especially on fight week. I do appreciate your
Yeah.
time, a bit of your time.
Yeah, it's quite close now. It's only 2 days away.
Yeah. Um, Before we get into that fight, just briefly tell us how you got into the sport of boxing and yeah.
Well, basically, what done it for me? I watched The Contender. Um, it was like a fight series back in 2005, something like that. And obviously, Joe Calzaghe was big on the scene, and you had Enzo and Gavin Rees, who we had three Welsh world champions. So yeah, it was always something I thought of, and yeah, we went from there really, and here we are now.
So are they some of your sort of idols, would you say, in the sport of boxing?
Yeah, well, getting into it at the start, yes, I would say so.
Well, good stuff, mate. And yeah, before we get into your pro career, talk did you have an amateur background and did you have like a big amateur career or no?
Yeah, I won the Three Nations as a youth, and I won five Welsh titles, and I boxed in the World Youth Championships. So I had quite a few amateur fights, and I boxed for Wales in other international tournaments. So yeah,
So
I've had some experience in the amateurs.
would you say, yeah, you were you happy with your amateur career?
I felt like towards I could have done a bit more as a senior, but as a youth I couldn't complain. But I felt like could have pushed maybe to be on the GB team or something like that. That didn't happen, but that's just going to give me more hunger for the professional game.
Yeah. And yeah, you made your debut. Um oh, it was last year actually, and yeah, I mean you had three fights in total last year, three wins against one Christoph Stararki, Daryl Sharp, and Dylan Courtney. Those were
Yeah,
your three fights last year.
yeah. Well, that's Siraki. I believe he beat Andrus Charge on an upset. So he was no, he was it was a tough debut, and Daryl Sharp. He's a tricky fighter. He taught me. I learned a lot from that fight, and Dylan Courtney was the game opponent who came to win. And yeah, I've had good fights to start off.
Yeah, I mean Dylan comes for a good scrap. It
Yeah,
doesn't show how good he is, like his record, but he's a nice guy and quite a good fighter as well. And when he
yeah,
turns up,
definitely.
he's good.
Yeah, he's beat some undefeated fighters, hasn't he? Already. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely a lot better than his record.
yeah. Was that an oh was it sort because he makes it sort of awkward, doesn't he?
Yeah, he comes on strong later on. When I boxed him, in the first round, I thought that I may have a chance in stopping him because he was doing nothing, and then he just came at me then, and he made it a little bit of a hard night.
Mm. And that was 39-37. What round did you think that you lost, or do you think you lost a round?
Well, the fourth round was close. I thought I nicked it. It could have gone either way, but I won the first three convincingly. Yeah, so it'd have to be the last round.
Hmm. And of course, you fought in February this year. It doesn't seem that long ago, February, but it's been quite a
No,
while. And you fought yeah, well, you fought Ben Thomas, who's a good operator as well. Who's been
yeah.
boxed on Matchroom a few times, and I've seen him small hall shows as well. He's another tough operator. And 60-54. Reflect on your last win.
And that was late notice. That was. I was meant to fight a guy from Liverpool. I believe his name was. Oh, I forgot his name now. But he got stopped the week before I boxed. I was meant to fight him, so then we had a late replacement, and it was a tricky opponent. I believe Ben Thomas was coming into it on the back of a second round KO win against a 6-0 prospect. So yeah, it was on paper. It was a good win for me. But yeah, that's what I need. I need these tests to see how good I am. I'm not here to mess about. I want to test myself early on.
Is that what
Yeah.
the plan was, to move quite quickly? I mean, you've had 4 fights now. You've landed this title shot. Was that always the goal after you beat Ben Thomas, to try and get the Celtic or the Welsh title? And yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we was meant to fight Jake Anthony. He boxed for the super middleweight title about 4 years ago. That didn't happen, and then the Celtic title was vacant. And yeah, we made the offer, and then the offers were made, and then the fight got done straight away. So yeah, I'm very fortunate to be fighting for it in my 5th fight.
Yeah, because some fighters, they fight for their national title first. But would you
Yeah.
say the Celtic title's a bigger title than the Welsh title, in your opinion?
I would say in a way yes, because it's Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, and
More
yeah,
countries, more of a
more countries. Yeah,
variety.
yeah. And I've won the Welsh Senior Championships 3 times, and I believe that the Welsh Senior Championship is harder to win than a Welsh title. So this will mean more to me. Yeah, but
Did you
of
not?
course I'd love to win. I would love to fight for the Welsh title as well and win that.
Who's the current
You know,
Welsh champion, or is it vacant?
it's vacant. Yes.
Did you not think of going down that Welsh title route before, or did did this just come about and you thought, let's take it?
Well, I believe that there's not a lot else about, and it's nice to go down that route as well. Yeah, do it the traditional way, like say the likes of Lee Selby done, and yeah,
Yeah, that. Yeah, I mean, and the Celtic as well, it must mean quite a lot to you guys as fighters, and especially, it's a prestigious belt for you guys over there. And
yeah,
yeah, it makes for and some good names have held it. So it's a top fight, and you've got a good opponent. I believe he's the current Scottish champion as well, is Bobby Morrell.
yeah. He's a good opponent on paper, but I'm confident that my style and my boxing IQ will be too much for him. But yeah, I'm ready for a hard fight.
Did you watch Bobby Morrell's last fight? I think oh no, he's coming off a stoppage, I believe, and the fight before he won the Scottish against Robbie Connor. Did you watch that when he won his belt, or no?
Well, we have been watched. We've watched a few highlights of it, and we picking out a few things. But I'm sure he's doing the same with me. You know.
Yeah. Do you feel like has he always been on your radar? And have you, yeah, before the fight got announced, have you seen any of it, or just as the fight got announced, that's when you start seeing stuff about him?
No, well, I knew he was the Scottish champion, and yeah, the offer was made to him because we thought, if the title's vacant, I was meant to fight for the Welsh title, and that was the only thing left for me. And yeah, we was lucky he accepted it straight away, and fair play to him for taking it straight away because we had problems getting opponents in Wales, but yeah, he jumped at the opportunity, and yeah, but it's going to be unfortunate for him, unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah, what do you, of course it's in Scotland.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, what do you make of, sort of going up to the Lion's Den for the first time? What do you make of it?
It doesn't bother me at all. As amateur, I've boxed. I was like last fight on the night on, and I was boxing. The boy who was like the star of the gym, and I've beat them. In their own backyard, and yeah, I mean, I've experienced it before. But when you're in a ring, it's just you and your opponent. So I'm not really that doesn't faze me.
I mean, I mean,
And
pardon?
there's three scoring judges as well, so I think that's better. That will suit me. That's a bit more fairer, I believe.
Oh yeah, then just one ref scoring it. I think
Yeah,
all title fights, even if it's, the Welsh title, it should be scored by, in my opinion, all title fights should be scored by 3 judges, but that's just my opinion.
yeah, you're spot on. Yeah,
Um, yeah, of course. Um, yeah, so you're in the Lions Den, I said that. Do you feel pressure going into your fights, and do you get nervous before you fight? And of course yeah.
I'd say I've I handle the situation better than other people do, due to my past experience in the game. You know what I mean? But everyone gets a bit of nerves when you step in the ring. But that's not normal. You know, it's just part and parcel of boxing, really. Yeah, and I'm sure he'd be feeling the same. Yeah,
Is
but
that
I'm
pardon?
always switched on and ready.
Is that yeah, of course. Is that what you wanted, to go move quickly, not wait about? Because not many fighters, take a title fight like in their fifth fight. Some fighters wait until they're 10, 11 and 0, but with you straight into the deep end, and that's what you want, fight the best to be the best, and in a way sort of making, would you be the first Celtic champion who's done it in 5 fights, or?
That's a good question. That is. In recent times in Wales, I believe I'll be one of the quickest to do it. Yeah, and yeah, I want to make a name for myself, which I believe that I'm very underrated, and yeah, I just want to show people what I can do, and I think the only way you can do that is by having a test like this. And I'm quite fortunate that I'm fighting a guy who's 5-0, who's similar to myself, for this title. You know, it's who you fight as well. You know what I mean? And I believe that this guy hasn't got more experience than me in terms of boxing. In professional boxing, he's got one more fight, but I believe I got more amateur pedigree than him.
Yeah, and the big amateur backgrounds helps as well.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And I've experienced going away as an amateur, so I'm able to deal with this situation. Yeah.
Have you got many people coming up from Wales? And I should have looked at it earlier, but whereabouts is it? Are you from Wales?
Well, I train in Talbot, but I live in Swansea. So, yeah, there's quite a few people coming up. There's not loads, but there's a few that, and yeah, but yeah, I appreciate the support. But when we get in the ring, it's just going to be me and him. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, what gym? What? Oh, I said it. Wait, what's your gym called? Sorry, and who's your head coach?
Um, in Talbot is Baglan Bulldogs, and it's Mike Jones is the head coach. Yeah. And yeah, massive shout out to them and him. He trains me in the morning, and yeah, that's got me where I am. I'm super fit.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, are you excited to be boxing for the Celtic title? And of course, it's your first 10 rounds. So, do you feel like in your opening fights, do you feel like you've rushed your work a bit, and do you feel like now it's 10, it will suit your sort of style a bit more, or?
Yeah, I think that it will play into my favor. Yeah, I can relax a bit more. I don't have to go out there and rush and win the rounds. Because obviously in four, if you lose one, then you lose another one. Then you have to get a knockdown to get a draw, to get the victory, or you're going to get a draw or whatever. But I think that the way I fight, I can slow the pace of the fight down. I don't know if you watched me fight before.
I
But
think I've watched you twice.
okay. Yeah, I think that my style will be suited to the longer rounds, as
Mm-hmm.
long as I keep on top of my fitness, which I have been.
Good to hear. And yeah, do you feel like all the Scottish fans are going to be upset come Friday, by the end of Friday evening? And for your oh no, yeah. Do you feel like the Scottish fans are going to be upset?
Yeah, I do feel that. But there will always be respect for my opponent, and yeah, but they're not going to be happy at the end of the night.
Hmm. Yeah. What does did I ask you what does the Celtic title mean to you? Or
Yeah, it will it mean a lot. Yeah, it's my first title as a professional, and it's a good title as well. It's one below British in my opinion. Obviously, it's just you haven't got most of England in there. But that is something I'm aiming for in the future, is the British title or the Commonwealth.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, one fight at a time, mate. And yeah. I mean, let your people know what time you'll be roughly fighting.
Yeah, I think it should be about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and hopefully it'll be on YouTube. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't heard anything about that. And yeah.
And yeah, do you have a
And
message?
yeah, it should be a great fight.
Yeah, it should be a very good fight. And yeah, before
Yeah, a massive thank.
pardon?
No, go on. What was you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, have you got a message to your fans who are coming out? And do you wanna, before I let you go, do you wanna, thank your manager, your trainers, your sponsors, and people who are helping you?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my manager and trainer Richard Grigg, and my other trainer Mike Jones, and of course Dickie, who's coming up, and my sponsors EWS, Student Digs, Jazz Groups, Photon Project Management. I said Student Digs already. God, who else? Jazz Groups, EW, RVD. I believe that's it. Yeah, massive thanks to everyone who's bought tickets to come and watch me. I really appreciate the support, and yeah, I'll be bringing the belt back to Batalbad.
And from me, mate, thank you for your time, and all the very best come fight night, and I wish you good luck with the fight.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, mate. Good luck.
Another one I forgot to mention is DW Harris. That's another one of my sponsors. Okay, thank you.
Good stuff, mate. Bye.
Oh.